You know how you guys have all these like baggies in your October kit, and this one says, do not open until it is building day? Well, guess what? Building day is here! Woo! Don't open yours yet. Watch this video first. So we had talked about criteria, the requirements that you have to fulfill to make something work, to make an experiment work, and constraints, the limits that you have on that experiment. We talked about that yesterday. So now we are going to be doing this paper from your October kit, Building a Launcher. And right on there it talks about the criteria and the constraints that we have. So what you guys are going to be doing, you're going to be using the materials in this bag to build a launcher. Let me explain it. So first of all, it says the requirements are, one, that you have to build a contraption, that's like a thing, you have to build something that will launch the toy as far as possible. So you want to try to get it as far away from you as you can get it. That's one criteria. So when you are able to, I built something and but it doesn't launch the thing, then you can't check that box. When you've built something and it makes my toy go flying across the room, yes, you can check that one off. The next thing though is it says you do not have to use all the materials given, but you must use at least 2. So you have to go check that off your box too. So that means if you want to use everything in your bag, which I'll show you what you have, you can, but you can't just like put it on a spoon and go like that, because that's only one thing. You have to use 2 things to build, at least 2 things. All right, then here are the constraints, the limitations. You cannot use any other material other than what you were given by me. So you can't say, well, you know what, I need to have 2 spoons. No, I only gave you 1. I don't have enough tape because I used all mine. Too bad, you're gonna have to figure out how to do it without tape, because you can only use what I gave you. And then the other limitation or constraint is that you cannot physically throw your toy. It must actually be launched. What I mean by that is one year I had a student who would put it on the spoon like this, and then they just went, and they are actually throwing it. That's not a launcher. You need to build something. You can push it and make it go somehow, but you can't throw it yourself, all right? So the materials that you have in your bag, you don't need to take them out yet, just watch. You have a Dixie cup. That's what this is. You have a cup. You have 1 spoon. You have 2 feet of tape. Now your tape, I didn't measure it exactly. I just cut some tape and I put it on the back of this piece of paper. So some of you have blue, some of you have that like cream colored tan tape. And if you peel it apart, one piece is probably going to stick to your paper, that's fine. But you can peel it apart and take the other pieces off. I know it's not easy to do that. I couldn't give you all a roll of masking tape. That wouldn't be allowed, and that'd be way too much tape for this experiment. So if you cannot get that tape to come off, what you can do is use some other tape in your house, but measure it. It can only be as long as that piece of tape that I gave you, and it's only supposed to be about 2 feet total, so that's 2 rulers. You have a ruler in your October kit that you can try, so it'd be like 2 rulers long of tape if you want to use your own. All right, then you've got one toy, which is a little soldier. Sorry, I know they have guns. It's not really appropriate for school, but they had at the dollar store that there was enough for everybody. So we're going to launch the soldier, which is actually what the original, it was called Army Man Launchers, was the original experiment. So that kind of worked out. You have 6 popsicle sticks. No, they have not been used. They are clean. I bought them from the store. You have 2 rubber bands. One is big and one is little, so you can decide if you want both or none or one or the other. You have 2 feet of a piece of string, so if you don't have enough tape, you could always tie something. And then you've got that little ruler that you can use to measure your tape, or you can measure after you've launched your little guy, measure and see how far it goes. All right, so today you are not actually going to build it. Today you are making your plan. Let me say that again. You are not building your launcher today, not making it. We're doing it on Thursday. Today you are planning it. See this big spot that says plan? So it says start by sketching out some ideas of what you would like to try. Labeling things will help. So you're going to draw a picture. You may get your materials out so you can spread them out and kind of get some ideas from them. But it's better if you have a plan. Now, does that mean that you have to build it exactly as you drew it? No, you may find that as you start trying to make it, that this isn't working, I need to change my plan. That's fine. But today I want you to come up with and draw a plan of what you would like it to look like, so that since Wednesday is a 2-hour delay day, we won't do science tomorrow or on Wednesday. But Thursday, then you can try to build it. I am going to give you a couple of ideas of what your launcher could look like. You can make what this person made kind of like a slingshot using the cup. This person made more of like a catapult. That's also like a slingshot. This one's a catapult, and that one is hard to see, but it's kind of a slingshot as well. So it looked like a lot of people went for slingshots or some kind of like catapult. All right, last thing I'm going to tell you, you are allowed, if you want to break your sticks. So if you need them smaller, you can break them. The problem is if then you decide, oh no, I want 6 big ones, too bad, you've already broken it. Be careful with your spoon because you only have one. If you do break it and you happen to have a plastic spoon in your house, you can replace it. If you scrunch this up, unless you have another one in your house, you're out of luck. So that's the tricky part, is deciding what to use where and using your tape wisely, because once it's gone, it's gone. So go ahead, plan it out, and don't build until Thursday. Have fun.